Have you had the question MSPs, level 1, level 5, max level, what is the best place to stop to get the best out of the MSP? Let's talk about it, guys. I hope you do enjoy it. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget that sub button, notification bell down below. But we're going to be going over a couple of examples of MSPs, looking at them, their levels, and when you level it up, spending your precious power-up collectibles, what does it actually give you in return? So let's get into it. I hope you do enjoy it. So we're going to start here with Austin Matthews. He was a Hut Elite, and he's a very good card. His maxed out, people are saying, is one of the best centers we have in the game, and I tend to agree with him, not because I'm a Leaf fan, because the build is great as a center with his size, speed, shot, and face-off. So let's look at where this card could still be great and not cost you as much. So what we got is when you got his base, you're looking at an 84 overall card with 89 shooting down the board and 89 face-off, 90 speed, 90 endurance. So these are the things that we look at. What we want to look at is what are the important things to us when we've got an offensive player. One, his shooting is 89. That is very good. 89 shot can get you through. It can manage. You'll be just fine. And this card at this price tag is just playing through the event. Just doing some of the event collectibles and you'll be fine, or play Hot Rush, you get enough collectibles to get this card alone. So you can get this card for very cheap at this rate. So 90 speed is completely fine to get you through the game. 90 endurance is great. We've seen a lot of new cards come out with like 78 endurance, so like this is great. 90 acceleration, and then you get 89 shooting. Fantastic. 89 face-off doesn't hurt. It's not the best, but this is what we're talking about. Do you need it? So this is a basic MSP build at level 1. So what we got to look at is if we went halfway, we'll say we go to level 6 because there's 11 levels. And what do we get at level 6? So we get both synergy slots unlocked, and we still only get sniper forward, which is fine because he's got 94 shooting, and that gets him up to 96, making him even better. So like that's the one you're going to activate anyways, so it's not bad. So you halfway, 89 overall, you got 95 and 96 shooting. That's really good. Plus you got 94 face off. And then the other one it unlocks is the secondary tier, which you unlock dangler boost and defensive boost. You don't unlock checking boost, but that's fine. You're using him as an offensive centerman. Yes, checking boost would be nice, but you know, it won't hurt you. And defensive boost comes with the same stuff. And then what else do you lock at tier 6? You unlock unstoppable force, make it snappy, and gold quick draw. Those are the ones you want on them. You don't really care about 1T. 1T is good, but it's not that putting you over the edge ability that makes you want to level them up. So you got gold quick draw, fantastic. You got make it snappy, fantastic. And if you want unstoppable force, fantastic. At 92 speed. So now you got a 92 speed, still 90 endurance, with high 90s shooting, 95, 96, and 94 face-off. This card at 89, halfway built, is already elite, and you don't need to take it all the way up. So then if we did go all the way up, what do we get? We go from 92 speed to 95 speed. That's a good jump. It is. Not a noticeable one. It's not one you're going to see on the ice. 92 speed to 95 speed, all you're noticing there is positioning. And then you got 99 shooting, and you unlock 1T, which you're probably not going to activate anyway. And he goes from 94 face-off to 99. I don't think you'll notice it anyways. I win face-offs with Brian Leach. Like, face-offs come down to the counter and the timing and the ping. The overall might help you, sure, but the other three take a way bigger effect. And his body check, if you were worried about the defense, it goes from 80 to 85, so it's not a huge jump on the body check. This card, in my opinion, the better build for this card is to stay at tier 6, because that's where you max out everything you need to max out. Could you go to 7 and get 1T and go to 93 speed? Sure, but you got to pay 3 collectibles to do that. At 6, you stop at 2. So 89 overall Matthews is probably the sweet spot to still get elite performance and not break the bank. And this is another one that's a great example. Alexander Barkov, Nations of Hockey. So there's 8 tiers to complete this entire card. And the reason this one's a good example, because you might have to nudge it a little bit above the halfway marker, but not 100% necessary. So what we got is 6'3", 215. That won't change. And then 87 speed with 83 shooting and 83 face-off. Okay, not a bad build. What does he come with at blank? He comes with two-way forward, that gives you the ability to get him up to an 86 face-off. So that's a really good base card at 82 overall for the price of free if you just involved in the event or do the moments. But if you took him up to level 4, which is the halfway marker, he goes from 87 speed to 89 speed. He goes from 83 face-off to 86, but remember, he's got two-way forward, so he actually is an 89 face-off. And then he comes with big rig and nothing else. This is where I was meaning that you could nudge it if you wanted to, but you would only be nudging it for playmaking boost, which isn't a big deal. So like you would probably stop here, and then when you do take that jump to tier 5, that's when it costs you 2 collectibles. So you'd probably stay here, and 89 speed, 86 face off, which you can actually get him to 89, and 86 shooting is really good. So at this point, when this card came out, I wouldn't have built it up all the way because it wouldn't have done you any good. It just would have cost you a lot, and it wouldn't have made a big difference to your team. Because if we go to max level, which is tier 8, sure, you get all the abilities, which is yoink, okay, no contest, okay, playmaking, okay. But he only goes from 89 speed to 91, so you don't get a huge jump. His shooting goes from 86 to 90. You're probably not going to notice that, to be real. And then his face-offs goes from 86 to 90. I would say it was 89 to 90, but it's actually 89 to 93. So, like, it's not a huge deal. It's not a huge jump. But again, I would probably recommend when this card came out just to build it halfway. Not put the extra collectibles in that you can't get back because you lose half. And the difference isn't really that big. But let's not use old cards. Instead of using old event cards, let's use an old player but a new card. Make sense? So we're going to talk about Gary Roberts here. He's got 90 speed, 6'2", 92 endurance, 90 acceleration, and 85 shooting. What does he come with? He comes with two-way forward and back at you. So you get an ability and you get a synergy, 85 overall card. You'd be happy with it. Not terrible. You'd be okay with it. It's okay. But let's put an investment in and get him halfway. If we get him halfway, there's 10 tiers, so we stop at tier 5. He gets 92 speed, 89 shooting. This is where things get interesting and to the point where it's like, okay, I might stop here, right? Because at tier 5, you get two-way forward only, shooting boost and defensive boost, but you'd probably put shooting boost on him to get him up to 91 shooting. That's realistically what you do. That gets everything up to 91 shooting. Keeping him at 92 speed, it's really good. And he also comes with gold close quarters, born leader, and still back at you. So this 89 overall is sound, and you would enjoy it thoroughly, and I think this is where you would stop. But let's see what his maxed out is. He goes from 92 speed to 93 speed. Not a huge difference for the elevated price of an extra, like, 15 power-up collectibles. That's crazy, but that's what it costs you to get 3 speed and 5 shooting. It's a gap that I wouldn't spend if you need to be tight and conservative with your power-up collectibles, as we have to with all these events coming out and the cards we're changing over, because when you take them up to a 94, then you power them all the way back down, you lose so many collectibles when you could have just stopped at the 89, enjoyed the card, played with the card, then the next event comes out, you power them down, not lose that much, but you still got to enjoy the player you wanted to play with. That is why I kind of wanted to make this video, to just talk about that for a minute and just say, like, hey, these MSPs, drift carefully with how you build them and how you go about them, because they don't always need to be maxed out. I hope you did enjoy that video, guys. If you did, give it a good old thumbs up. Leave in the comment section down below how you build your MSPs. Do you just go all the way up, and then when it's time and you're done with that card, you power it all the way down and you lose all those collectibles? Or do you stop at a certain point, whether it's halfway, maybe it's 7 tiers, and for what reasons? Put that in the comment section down below. I can't wait to read them. And until next time, guys, ciao, ciao.